What kind of cars do you drive, and would you buy them again?
This is a 1991 Acura NSX, and I never plan to get rid of it, so I don't have to worry about buying it to replace it.
What would you say the best thing about the car is?
It's timeless. It is absolutely timeless, and because it's a Honda, it is trouble-free.
Well, what would you say if you had to choose one thing, the worst thing is about it?
It is not a chick magnet, it's a guy magnet.
So I have a 1999 Acura NSX, similar to JC's one. Mine is known as the Zanardi edition. They made 50 of those, and I'm number 4 of 50.
Oh, very cool. Well, you would buy it again if you could, right? Or would you?
100%, it's a forever car.
What would you say the best thing about the car is?
JC covered the highlights. It's timeless. It's brilliant engineering. They pioneered a lot of things that you see on modern cars. So it's aluminum construction, titanium connecting rods. This was peak golden era Honda engineering at its best.
If you had to choose one thing about it, what would you say the worst thing is?
There's very few lowlights. One thing is it's difficult to find original parts these days, you know, 20 years on-ish.
So I drive this 124 Spider Abarth, the Fiat Abarth, and we just picked it up literally last week, and I would 100% buy it again. It's amazing car, really.
What would you say the best thing about it is?
The sensation, really the smile the car gives you, it's unmatched. I drive like a couple cars and a lot more powerful cars, a lot more faster cars, and this one is by far one of the slowest I've had, and it's the most fun I've had by far.
If you had to choose one thing about it, what would you say the worst thing is?
The worst thing? I would say probably like how confined you get with the roof is up. You get a little confined. Like,
do you touch the ceiling?
I don't touch, but I'm very close to touch. Okay. So it's like I would say that's the only thing in the blind spot. You have pretty big blind spot with it.
I drive a 2016 John Cooper Works. It's volcanic orange, which is a production color that is no longer in production. So I'm pretty geeked about the fact that it's nice. I got the last model year for that color, and I would absolutely buy it again.
What would you say the best thing about it is?
The handling, which is kind of a cop-out because they advertise go-kart steering, whatever. But they do, that thing can stop and turn on a dime.
Okay, well, if you had to choose one thing about it, what would you say the worst thing is?
The fitment.
The fitment?
The fitment. They come stock kind of just inside of where the wheels should be.
I drive a Nissan 370Z 2011 Sport Touring. Yes, I would buy it again.
So it's a 1992 Skyline R32 Nissan. Love the car. Totally would drive it again. Totally would own it again. You know, I will drive it again.
That's
right
awesome.
After this show.
So what would you say the best thing about the car is?
All-wheel drive, right-hand drive, Japanese. You know, it's just a cool car. The turbo sound. You know, it's fun. A lot of fun.
Okay, well, if you had to choose one thing, what would you say the worst thing about it is?
I can't drive it more than I do. I don't know. No, it's just a great car, really. I think the one thing I've noticed, I mean, I don't know if it's a Japanese thing, but if you want to drive it when it's really hot out, it gets pretty hot. I don't know if they're just notorious for it because the intercooler is blocking so much or whatever.
Okay.
You just let it run and it does fine. Or just drive it when it's nice out and not real hot like it is in Arizona.
Do you think it's a car that you could daily? Maybe if you weren't living in Arizona?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's just a solid car. I think it's why it's so popular.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the original Godzilla.
Yeah, people
I think
love
I know why
this.
they call it that.
I drive a 2009 Cobalt SS. This is the turbocharged one. I would definitely buy that car again. It's a really good first car for anybody in high school or something like that. You're getting a really good car. I mean, you're getting 260 horsepower, turbocharged, 4-cylinder. You get Brembo brakes.
Oh, nice.
You get a pretty decently reliable car too.
Yeah.
Super easy to modify, super cheap.
I drive an E60 M5. I don't think I could get in any other car. I think the best thing about it is that it has a 8,200 RPM redline with a V10. The worst thing about it is probably insurance.
I have a couple cars. I have a 2013 Camry. I also have a 2018 Camaro SS. I also sometimes drive the show truck me and my dad built. It's a 2021 Chevy Silverado 1500.
Oh, cool.
It has the 5.3 in it. I would buy it again. The worst thing about it, gas mileage. All three cars are great. I would buy all three again.
You got a show truck, you got a fast car, and then good daily.
Living the vida loca.
So this is a 1971 GMC P15 shorty van. Would I drive it again? Of course, it's awesome. We sell ice cream just as kind of our repair fund, so it's a lot of fun. We come out here every weekend, and it's definitely a vibe.
Who made the truck?
So Kawasaki actually made the truck, and they would take it to all the motocross events in Northern California, and they kind of just trail it around.
I have this Suzuki Gixxer 600. I wouldn't buy a 600 again. I'd buy a 1000. I actually have a 1000 now.
What would you say your favorite thing about the bike is, and then what's your least favorite thing about the bike?
My favorite thing about the bike is probably the ergonomics. The fastest Suzuki. I've always wanted a Gixxer since I was 12 years old. What I kind of don't like about it is Suzuki, since 2011, they haven't updated their front end or pretty much anything. Okay. Anything from 2011 to to 2020 is the same outside structure with just some like electronics and upgraded internals and stuff.
Even if you had a garage full of like whatever bikes you wanted, if you had to have one car in there, what would you put in there?
Porsche GT3 RS.
Porsche GT. Okay, that's solid. That'd be a solid combo.
Yeah. End of story. That's like the only thing that can really keep up with the corners and the speed of a bike. So.
I have 3 cars actually. I have 2 Miatas, 2 NB Miatas. I would definitely buy another one.
I have 3 cars as well. I have a 22 GR86, which I drive right now. It's a 6-speed manual, and I would definitely buy it again. I love it. Like I wouldn't change anything. Like I would keep it probably forever.
So what would you guys say the best thing about them are?
The noises this car makes, and then the worst thing is just everything rattles and there's no AC.
I would say the best thing is probably how my car handles. I just love how it feels. And then the worst is definitely the cup holder placement, because I have to reach my arm all the way back just to grab something.
Really?
It's in a very awkward place, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
That's probably the only con about the